Kelvin, let's go here. Maybe you could set this up, right?
Yeah.
Your man, Steph Curry. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, Steph Curry obviously shocked the world really 13 years ago when he made that partnership with Under Armour. A lot of people, he started to become one of the best players in the world, MVPs. You kind of thought.
Because he was with Nike originally for 4 years.
Exactly.
Right?
You typically thought, stick with Nike, some crazy big deal would come, but he actually went to Under Armour and has been there for 13 years, and they decided to split. They're saying that it was mutual.
Right.
If you kind of read into it, they said for Under Armour, this moment is about discipline and focus on the core of their brand during a critical stage.
We don't want you, Steph.
Yeah, we don't. And they mentioned how they wanted to get more of the market share for a company that's worth $5 billion. They only get $100 million in shoes, and they're like, thought they could be able to get some more. For Curry, he said, what Curry brand stands for, what I stand for, my commitment to that mission will never change. It's only growing stronger. I'm excited for a future that's focused on aggressive growth with a continued commitment to keep showing up for the next generation. So they're splitting and part ways. So 13-year relationship now over. Curry can do what he wants, go where he do, as he chooses, and continues to build the brand. And Under Armour is going to try to grow their brand separately from him now.
I take away two things from this. A, Steph Curry didn't make a dent in the shoe game, right? Mm-hmm. As popular as Steph Curry was, whatever you want to say, with all the little kids wanting to shoot threes and be Steph Curry, they weren't buying his shoes. So that to me, that's a fact. And you remember the first pair of shoes he came out with looked like nurses' shoes. They were the big Kaiser white Permanente ones.
13s.
They were terrible. That's what they were.
Boy was the Kaiser Permanente, them Cedar Sinai 6s.
Am I right? They were terrible, Kelvin. They were bad. They looked like big, clumsy.
Hall monitor 5s.
Yeah.
Them were the hall monitors. The dude that watch you in high school, they were hall monitor 6s.
They were bad.
Cedar Sinai 6s is crazy.
That's pretty good. No,
that's awesome.
And he didn't write that. I mean, he
had them St. Joseph 3s. I'm telling you,
no, that was pretty good.
The Providence 5s were crazy.
But so it tells me two things.
The Kaiser 7s.
Kaiser 7s, is that it? That one too?
Yeah, we all were like, wait, Steph, come on, Steph. Did you approve this stuff?
I know.
Did you sneak it out there without you looking?
Did you see these and you thought people were going to buy them? I was like, I remember what a big deal it was, Steph's signature shoe. And
because he was like this. It was his moment, right? Unanimous MVP, and he was just becoming this guy. Well, a little bit before that, but he was becoming the guy, and then.
But here's the other part. Steph's not as big as impact on basketball outside of the threes. And what I mean by, we know about being the all-time three maker and all that and revolutionizing the game from the standpoint of everybody wanting to take threes. But for them not to have some lifetime deal like the way Michael Jordan did, right? Because Michael, remember, became independent. Air Jordan became a brand from Nike. Yeah. Okay, this is what Curry wanted, was his own brand from Under Armour, right?
Yeah.
And they said, nah, we'll pass on that. And you just talked about it. The numbers never really made a dent in the sneaker business. And I think that they looked at that and go, Steph is not going to sell. I don't care if he's in control of it or what, not going to sell sneakers. And we're not going to just give away money and have a lifetime contract or whatever. And I think that's a reflection of Steph not being able to really connect to all these people who supposedly love him. And it's weird. LeBron's the same way. Like, his sneaker never really did anything. Too big, too clumsy, am I right? I mean, Kelvin, I even had a pair.
Yeah,
they were just too big.
They were too big. But they did all right. He had a few years that did well. Kyrie's
but
did
not
pretty well.
great.
Kobe's obviously did well. I'm just kind of naming some shoes that have done well. Because the question becomes, who kills it aside from Jordan? You know what I mean?
No, I get that. But yeah. Steph is the guy that all these – like if anybody should have been able to grow a brand.
I'm agreeing with you.
Right? It's Steph Curry. All of those kids who were 5 and 6 and whatever. Ian, you know what I'm talking about. Like, he was the guy. Ian, how old are you? 20 what?
I'm 25, and I grew up watching Steph Curry as a Warriors fan.
You
so
know
I'm,
that from the Bay Area.
That's my guy, absolutely. But like also, and I'm trying to separate myself from the fandom here, but I just can't see it being the case that Under Armour told Steph Curry to go kick rocks.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it had to be his decision.
Yeah,
no?
I think Rob, I'm gonna tell you why I
don't agree with that.
Here's why I believe the mutual. I think one of the things about being in that Bay Area, if you look at Draymond, some of the moves he's made, you look at Andre. Andre Iguodala is a brilliant businessman. You ever can sit around and talk to him or hear him talk about it. Steph, a lot of those guys being up there, and because of Joe Lacob and so many people connected to that team, they've become extraordinarily business-minded being in the Silicon Valley area-ish. And I think there is a part of Steph that I do agree. The shoes weren't moving. Nobody was like, yo, I'm going to go cop the new Curry 13s.
But
I'm agreeing with you on that. But what I'm saying is I think there's an element, going back to your Jordan point, that Steph wants to say, I'd rather only move, I'm making up a number, 1 million units, but I'm an owner of that 1 million units.
No, but Michael Jordan with Nike Jordan, it's a Nike brand, but it's the Jordan brand.
But he gets a percent of, he owns the Jumpman, and he gets the percent of those old Jordans. That's why he can sit his butt down and make $1 billion a year just simply
but
off
I'm
of that.
saying for Steph, there's no way, like when you go out on your own and you're trying to do those your own sneakers or whatever, your own brand, you wind up doing the Shaqs that were at Payless for $15.99.
The Starberries.
Or the Starberries or the Ewings. Like those are the
Ewings were lit. Okay, the Ewings were the best out of all of them.
No, those were terrible. All of those.
You lucky I wasn't in studio. We would have been the first time we fought.
No, I can't believe you bought a pair of Ewings. Oh my God.
Man, I had a pair.
No, you did not.
I had a pair of green suede Ewings.
You probably still got the blister still on your big toe, I bet.
No, that's from my Starberries.
Okay.
The Starberries, I wanted to support him. He came out to Flint. I was doing radio.
Terrible. Oh, my God.
At the Stephen Barry's. We sold a bunch of them. I bought a pair. I love the concept, what he was doing. Rob, I put out there.
You were
things on my feet to go
God.
hoop. Rob, I had to go good. I had to go. Like, I needed a pair of Kaiser Permanente 6s because I had to go to the hospital. Like, yo, my toe, my foot, my bunions.
You know, like it's hard to make a quality shoe.
For, boy. I said it.
15. Yeah, I'm gonna make shoes.
I got a pair of shoes for $9.99. I guess that's what I can deserve.
You remember the Shaqs, right? The Shaqs were the same thing.
Shaq still swear they're good. Shaq still will fight.
I know. Matter of fact, I went to the Super Bowl party. Was that? Did we go to that Super Bowl party last year?
Oh yeah, you were there. New Orleans. Yeah.
And they had a Shaq.
The one you left me and Rob. You left us. They sent us pictures.
That's
Yo,
right.
It's lit. I'm with Denzel and Shaq and Jordan. Yeah, thanks, Rob.
That's right. I forgot about that. I did go out. But anyway, they had a Shaq display with some of those. He's still pushing those sneakers or whatever.
Pushing. His son, so he's trying to have his son. He's got that show on, I want to say it's Netflix. He's got his son now trying to revitalize the Reebok brand because he bought Reebok. And
Reebok is fine, but those Shaqs or whatever. Yeah. Oh, my only point is, I think I don't.
No, I'm actually agreeing with you that he didn't move. You would have thought Steph Curry,
of anybody,
hotter than LeBron, hotter than whoever. Well, obviously Kobe it didn't count as the last little couple of years before he ultimately would pass. But hottest thing going, you thought it would resonate. I think a couple of bad things happened. I think him going with Under Armour because it kind of it's like when Kawhi went with New Balance. You're like, okay, and it's him going with New Balance. The first shoe looking like the Cedar Sinai 3s. And then also, you guys might feel me on this, Ian, because you're from the area. Steph, the person off the court, like the flair, the liveliness, he kind of like Tim Duncan.
So you're saying he's a snoozer, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Him on the court is magnetic. He's shimmying.
Ian, you agree with that?
Mouthpiece going everywhere.
I guess so. I wouldn't say Tim Duncan
Tim might have went a little far.
I see the point you're making for sure.
Because Tim Duncan he just wants a pair of sandals and shorts, and he doesn't say anything.
Hey, first of all, don't dish your Ross shopping brethren. You know he's shopping Ross.
Oh yeah,
the big fundamental from yesterday.
But what I mean, let me clarify what I mean. For all that he is on the court, the magnetic personality, shooting threes, shooting and turning around, he didn't really move the needle anything else. Like, you don't remember big time commercials. You don't remember he wasn't in like his own Space Jam, or he didn't have these like hilarious viral moments. Like, he's kind of just chill, goes home with the fam, and like,
yeah. But if you
minds his own
want,
business.
but if you want to be Steph though, you want to wear the sneakers he's wearing, and that's usually
I'm agreeing.
right.
You
Like,
guys
you know
remember
what I mean?
though, and this is kind of timely. You remember why he didn't end up going with Nike was because Nico Harrison messed up his name.
What did he call him again?
He called him like Stefan or something like
or
that.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, Nico might have to just he might have to just call it a career, bro.
I think he
Nico
did all
had
right
a rough-
for himself.
I just don't know
He
how
was
you
at
can
Nike
then get a
forever.
GM job at an NBA team after that.
Well, because I think they tried, like Rob Pelinka, right? He was an agent.
Thank
now
you. I was
he's,
going to say,
you know. And by the way,
Exhibit A.
later on, we got to talk about a coach taking a shot at JJ. I don't know if y'all saw that.
no, I saw that. That was the greatest thing of all.
I was like, dang.
All right.
We got to talk about it a little bit later. But yeah, I just think is to put a button on my point real quick, Rob. I think going with Under Armour, Shoe not being the greatest when it came out early, and also him not being the greatest pitchman, salesman. He's just kind of great on the court, but nothing else. Like Michael Jordan was great on the court, great salesman, pitchman. He was like larger than life. Steph kind of chill when he's off the court. You don't really hear much from him. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.